أهلا وسهلا. Right now we're going to talk about an Arabic verb called tamma, which literally means to be completed, but is often used in the sense of taking place or happening. Remember that shadda indicates two memes. There's sort of a relationship between the verb tamma and tamam, which means complete, but we can also use it to say, like, is everything all right? Is everything okay? Tamam, are you complete? Is literally sort of what we're saying when we ask that. Tamma tends to be used a lot in journalistic and descriptive writing to refer to events that have happened or will happen. And it's usually followed by a masdar, one of those verbal nouns. So if we wanted to say, for example, the meeting took place on Thursday, we could phrase that in Arabic as تم الاجتماع في يوم الخميس. Since we know it's good style in Arabic to begin a sentence with a verb, and since it is a verb that tells us, along with a masdar, what has happened, we tend to see it a lot, especially at the beginning of news articles. Another example, if we wanted to say, perhaps if we were writing a biography of someone, and to say the play was written in Beirut in 1993, or whatever the case may be, we could avoid the use of the passive tense by again relying on tamma plus a masdar. So if the play was written in Beirut, we could say تمت كتابة المسرحية في بيروت. Here, tammat is conjugated in the feminine because kitaba, the masdar, is the subject of tamma. The writing of the play was completed in the city of Beirut. The meeting was completed, was held on Thursday. We could also use it, and you do see this occasionally, to refer to events that are going to happen in the future. So if we wanted to say, the interview will happen in the director's office and give it sort of a journalistic tone, we could say ستتم المقابلة في مكتب المدير. Where again, tatam is conjugated in the feminine because the meeting, the interview, this masdar, is grammatically feminine with a ta marbuta. For that reason, because we see tamma mostly followed by an abstract noun or a masdar, we don't tend to see the verb conjugated for many other subjects other than huwa or hiya. Even if we were referring to a series of events or a series of meetings, non-feminine plurals, of course, in formal Arabic, are treated in the sentence's grammar as though they were feminine singular. So, tatam, yatam, tamma, tammat in the past, those tend to be really all of the iterations that we are going to encounter in most journalistic or biographical or expository writing. It doesn't always occur in journalism, though. It can occur in colloquial speech. One context in which I've encountered it is the title of an old Egyptian movie, some kind of romantic comedy called, in Egyptian colloquial Arabic, الجوازة دي مش ممكن تتم. Or maybe it was مش لازم تتم. which is a little bit tricky to translate, but we might say this wedding can't take place, or this wedding mustn't be allowed to happen. Where again, the Egyptian colloquial word for wedding, gaweza, is feminine. Al-gaweza di, this wedding. مش لازم تتم. It, the wedding, the grammatically feminine wedding, can't occur. So while we do see it a lot in journalism, we will also hear it out on the streets. And it's a nifty little structure that gives you that much more flexibility when you're doing your own expository writing in Arabic.